What up, guys? Your boy Quake, and Eminem has been woken from his slumber. But before I get into that, be sure to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at QuakeGW, a link in the description below for both. For those that have been out of the loop, Fat Joe recently released his new album, and supposedly his last album, this past Friday. The album is called Family Ties, and there is a track on it featuring Eminem and Mary J. Blige called Lord Above. And Fat Joe on a radio station warned that Eminem got real disrespectful on his verse, and when the verse came out, that was in fact true. For me, it's personally one of Eminem's best features that he's done, and he sounds really well on this track. Honestly, he sounds better than he's sounded in a long time, so I loved it. But let's talk about the lyrics on his verse and why it's caused a bunch of controversy. For those that don't know, Eminem has had issues with Mariah Carey and her former husband, Nick Cannon. And on the next video, I'm going to detail every little thing as to why Eminem, Nick Cannon, and Mariah Carey have issues. But on this, we're just going to talk about the more recent events. So let's go over the verse that Eminem spits on Fat Joe's track. He starts the verse off saying, "I'm sitting here reminiscing, think I just got a light bulb. Something I'd like to mention, this is just on a side note. Word to Terror Squad, Joe, this is all puns aside though," which is a nice wordplay on Joe Budden. Anyways, he continues and says, "I know me and Mariah didn't end on a high note, but that other dude's whipped that pussy got him neutered. Tried to tell him this chick's a nut job, for he got his jewels clipped. Almost got my caboose kicked. Fool quit. You're not going to do shit. I let her chop my balls off too, for I lost to you, Nick. I should quit watching news clips. Yeah, my balls are too big. I should be taking pool because I got a scratch. So my pocket's full when I'm taking shots at you. Fuck it, let me chalk the cue stick. I'm over the top like Cool Whip. And I promise you the day I fall off or lose it, I will stop and cut off the music." So after these bars came out, the media went crazy. And a lot of the media were criticizing Eminem, saying, why is Eminem bringing something up that's old? Why does he keep mentioning this stuff? Well, if these media outlets actually paid attention like they're supposed to, they would realize that Nick Cannon was actually mentioning Eminem's name throughout a bunch of years, and just recently he appeared on T.I.'s podcast. And while he was on there, he challenged Eminem to a fight because he was talking about the battle that they had and how he disliked him going at Mariah, so on and so forth. So of course, over time, Eminem is eventually going to respond. I mean, you can't keep mentioning this guy's name and him just sit back, relax, and not do anything about it. So that's the part where the media outlets really got wrong. They were saying Eminem is just chasing Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon's not a rapper, so why is he attacking him? Well, I mean, if somebody's going to keep talking shit about you, eventually you're going to clap back, and that's exactly what Eminem did. Now, right after that song came out, Nick Cannon heard of it, and he decided to go on a social media rampage, basically, on Instagram and on Twitter, attacking Eminem. For the first post, he posted Fat Joe's album. He gave props to Fat Joe and said his album is fire, star-studded, and then he started taking shots at Eminem. He said he even did some charity work and dug Eminem out of his grave. I mean cave, LOL. Flam, flam, blam, blam, Nick Cannon. Bring your ass to Wildin' Out to battle like a real legend, Grandpa Marshall, with an emoji of a grandpa over Eminem's face. He also posted a throwback of his stand-up comedy where he was going at Eminem. He posted another video of that guy that mimics Eminem's flow and laughed at him for that. And then he started teasing his own diss track going at Eminem. So today he released his own diss track called The Invitation and released the music video for it. Now, the most interesting thing about this diss track towards Eminem is that he got Suge Knight from his jail cell to get on the phone to diss Eminem. That, at least to me, was the most interesting thing because, you know, what does Suge Knight have against Eminem? Why are they going back and forth? That's something I'm going to explore in my next video. I'm going to cover Nick Cannon and Eminem, all of what happened with their history, and then I'm going to make a separate video covering Eminem and Suge Knight and their history. So be on the lookout for those two videos. But let's get back to the track. The track is called Invitation, and let's go over Nick Cannon's bars. He also has his artists on this track, a bunch of people that I've never heard of ever. A guy called Hitman Holla, a guy called Charlie Clips, and another person called Prince Easy. I don't watch Wild Now. I don't know if they're on the Wild Now show or whoever these people are, but yeah, they go at Eminem as well. So let's talk about the intro, which is Suge Knight's intro. He says, check this out, Eminem, whatever your name is, right? You know I never do no talking, but Nick is family. This is your invitation to prove to everybody else what you're about. Winner takes it all. Eminem's a bitch. Anyways, continuing, this is Nick Cannon's verse. He says, ain't no coming back, that's a fact. This is the invitation. Told Joe to lean back, don't get hit with this retaliation. I fuck with crack, which is Fat Joe's nickname. He says, I fuck with crack, but the white boy, he fuck with crack, meaning he does cocaine or whatever the case may be about Eminem. Then he says, pills and smack shit, he about to relapse. Call Kim, somebody get Hailie, and that other kid you raising that ain't even your baby. Now, of course, as we know, whenever somebody mentions Kim, Hailie, or any of Eminem's children, even if they're not his biological daughter, whatever the case may be, he's going to get upset and he's going to retaliate. So I knew he was going to mention Hailie or Kim. It's just a known fact at this point. If you want Eminem to go back at you, you're going to mention them because he's very protective of them. Now, when he says, and that other kid you're raising, that even your baby, Eminem essentially has 3 daughters. They're not biologically his daughters, but he has Hailie, which is his biological daughter. That's his actual daughter. Then he has 2 other little girls that he fostered in and took care of. Their names are Whitney and Elena. And he's mentioned them on a couple tracks, but not as much as Hailie. So that's what Nick Cannon is referring to when he says those bars. He continues and says, took a page out of Drake's book. This might get a Grammy. We going back to back till you respond on the family. So what he's saying on this is that he's going to release another diss track, which I assume is probably going to come tomorrow. He continues and says, my baby mama killed you off a decade ago. He's referring to Mariah Carey. You're still crying about it, bitch. Now who really the hoe? I called Joe to set you up and you fell for the job. Slim won't show for the video because he's terrified of my squad. I heard your chauffeur got a video of you sucking a cock. You paid him off, then laid him off. Now who really the op? Suge called me the new Pac. I ain't no killer, but don't push me. How the fuck y'all got me battling Elvis Pusley? Now, the chauffeur line is kind of crazy. I don't know if that's true. Probably not. Just another shock value line, because if he has a video of it, you know, I don't know why he would hold on to it. He'd probably just release it the next day. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That line is kind of way out there. And then he said, you paid him off, laid him off. Now who really the op? Then he said, Suge called me the new Pac. I ain't no killer, but don't push me. That's just cap. That's 100% cap. He capping. I do not believe Suge Knight called him the new Pac. But anyways, this whole song is just pretty much garbage. It's very bad. His artists are horrible too. Nick Cannon isn't really a rapper, so we can't really expect, you know, much from him. You know, you can't put the bar up really high because he's going at Eminem. He's, you know, he's just a comedian, entertainer. He's done a lot of movies, stuff like that. He's a businessman. To him, being an artist is just not there. I mean, Eminem does this as his job 24/7, is like 10 albums in. So Eminem is obviously, if he goes response to Nick Cannon, just going to obliterate him to the next dimension. But like I said earlier, the most interesting thing about this track is the fact that Nick Cannon got Suge Knight to go at Eminem, you know, to get him on the phone and to get him to talk shit like that is something that I just didn't expect. So I'm going to make a video, you know, detailing what the hell's gone on with Suge Knight and Eminem throughout all the years. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Eminem's diss track. Do you think Eminem was warranted in the things that he said? And then let me know what you guys think of Nick Cannon's diss track. What surprised you about Nick Cannon's diss track? Do you think it was good? Do you think it was horrible? What do you guys think? And do you guys think Eminem will actually respond? Will he just go on Twitter, send out tweets? Will he make a diss track? Will he just stay silent about the whole thing? Who knows? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that as well. That's it for this video. With that being said, if you want to support this channel further, you can do so at patreon.com/diversementality. For just $1 a month or more, you can help support this channel further. A link is in the description below for both. Like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe. I do videos like this daily on hip-hop news and much more, so definitely subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at QuakeGW. Like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.